What does it mean to be truly seen? The Portrayal of Presence brings together 8 Northumberland artists alongside works from our permanent collection. Together, they explore visibility, identity, and the courage of taking up space. Step closer, slow down, let yourself be present. The Portrayal of Presence, now on view at the Art Gallery of Northumberland. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, what moment or idea inspired your work?
Well, of course, the present moment, because it's all about capturing a self-portrait. And it was done last year in times of, the time last year was pivotal in the sense that I decided to leave teaching and practice full time. The thing about doing a self-portrait is that you don't want to think too much, right? So it is actually painting. That's the point. So that's the present in the painting. It's the action of doing it. And so you don't know. It's better not to overthink it, right?
100%, yeah. You return to the self-portrait as a reoccurring act of reflection. What draws you back to painting your own image over time?
Well, they're infrequently, over 40 years, I guess, about that. It just pops into my head, and I think, I haven't done this for a while yet.
Sure.
And of course, the latest one is different than the ones before. When I paint, it's not about me.
Right.
Right. It's always in fact, when the painting is done, normally I don't even think of it as being part of me. That it just sort of exists on its own.
Actually, that's a great segue to the next question. How does this piece explore the idea of presence?
Right. Well, that really sums it up, doesn't it? Because I think a lot of time when I was younger was spent over thinking, conceptualizing. And also that kind of is a result of being a teacher for so long, right? When you're teaching other people, you have to think and analyze and conceptualize. So this kind of painting is not a one-day painting. It is kind of an old-fashioned way of painting, where you underpaint and you model it and then you glaze it, and it takes a long time, and there's a lot of repainting. So it actually evolves. So rather than it being a single moment, it is in a sense over a few months,
right,
kind of compressed into the flat image of the painting.
Okay, and continuing that conversation about presence, what does presence mean to you as an artist?
Well, presence means it's about life. Really, being in the moment is something that we all attempt to do. Of course, the moment is fleeting, both past, present, and future, all compressed into kind of the two-dimensional image. So, although we talk about presence and being in the moment, one can never completely ignore or divorce or forget the past. And obviously art history, which I think many of the artists here reference as well. In my case, it's different. It just happened to turn out to be kind of like a Rembrandt. The present is evolving in his case. I think that's true as well for me.
Okay. You've spoken about the impossibility of fully seeing oneself. How does that idea shape this painting? Well, there's a lot of shadow. Yeah. Obviously, you pointed out that you can barely see the ear, but it is there if you look really closely at it. I
it's dark on purpose, so it's melancholic. So I have a history of melancholia, both personally and in my family. There's this kind of tragic side to life that I think a lot of us who paint or make things use to fuel what we do. There is an inner life, I hope, that's expressed in this, and then I see it elsewhere as well.
Okay, and what details in this particular work should viewers look closely?
Well, that's up to them, of course.
Right.
What details do you want to look at?
Well, I zoned in on the ear.
Right.
So
I brought it up.
but the eyes, I think.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the intense
Right.
gaze.
Well, of course, painting is all visual.
Yeah.
And the eyes are the window into the soul, I suppose. And these eyes, my eyes, are a bit bigger than they are in real life. And the glasses are also exaggerated. And I think probably the eyes are the most worked over area in the painting, although I hope you don't notice that.
Yeah.
So it is, restrained and intentional, like hopefully modest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the way that it's framed as well. Like I made the frame myself. I am not a carpenter.
Yeah.
And that's good because I don't want it to be gilded. Rather than having it professionally framed, I like to attempt framing myself.
It works.
It works good.
Yeah. This work uses thin layers of color that veil and reveal the surface. What does that layering allow you to explore?
Right. Well, concealing and revealing. By training, I'm an architect, and architecture is entirely about concealing and revealing, and layers of skin or envelope building. You pass through the portal of the house. You go from public spaces, living room, dining room, to increasingly more private spaces. So for me, I don't see myself as just a painter or just an architect or a gay man, if you will, right? Like there's a lot. We all contain multitudes, to quote Walt Whitman.
Okay. Back to the painting.
Yeah.
Okay. This painting was created during a significant professional transition. Did that moment influence you on how you approached the self-portrait?
Yeah, I think so. It's the introspection. When you use that word, for me, that means, looking inwards, right? And when one looks inward, one is not always happy with what one sees.
Yes.
There's a lot of doubt and criticism, and am I, being responsible? Have I, figured out, my obligations sufficiently, financial and personal, and the kind of relationships that we have, and even like what will people think,
Of course.
What a lazy bugger, he's quitting his job early, right? So
I think it's great.
It's great.
What part of creating this piece surprised you the most?
The fact that it's in this exhibition amongst
Okay.
very different portraits and representations of the figure in different contexts.
So that's a great segue into the next question. There's a sense that the painting holds light rather than emits it. How do you create that quiet intensity in your work?
Blazing. So that's what takes so long. Traditionally, Renaissance artists would only glaze a little bit.
Right.
So the work that I'm more known for, not the self-portrait, are these very much bigger abstract pieces that also contain light, as you said.
Very atmospheric.
Yeah. And they are kind of taking the glazing technique to kind of an infinite level. So I don't even remember how many layers there are, because there could be upwards of 100.
Good. That's fascinating. Two more questions. What do you hope visitors feel when they encounter your work?
Well, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't. I I think it was David Bowie, amongst others, who said you never play to the audience, right? If you do, then you're going to lose your path, or you lose your way, or it's going to come out a little obviously slanted towards appealing to others. And so rather than kind of trying to seduce the viewer, I think it's more like, and that's where the quietness comes in, it's more like, hey, have a look. Let's look at each other.
That's right.
Yeah, it's quiet. I like quiet.
And final question, if this artwork could start a conversation, what would it be about?
How do you feel? That's what it would be about. It would be like, do you feel like I feel? Or, is this like foreign to you? Are you always happy? I don't think anybody is always happy. What is happiness? And of course, for me, happiness is making, is action, and not speaking.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.